Okay, so today is the 9th of June 2026, and I just came back. Not just, but I landed yesterday. Landed from Brazil, landed back in Johannesburg, and it was an amazing trip, beautiful trip. Made so many connections. Something happened. I was speaking, and I was invited as a keynote speaker, initially panelist and then keynote speaker. And yeah, and there was some technical glitches. They did not have my speech on the teleprompter. Anyways, I think that taught me about thinking on your feet. But also, if I was another person, I would have gotten down and said, okay, the team is having technical glitches and we'll come back up. And I'll come back when they're sorted. But I'm not like that. And so I continued. Yeah, and it took me a bit off, but people still found it insightful and still got some gems. But ultimately, this trip is a reminder of God's faithfulness. Even when I haven't been faithful, even when I have been crying, confused, doubting Him, that He's still working. Like always working. Um, He's always working. And I was speaking to a friend of mine who it seems like the relationship we have is to prophesy on each other's lives. But he had spoken about me speaking, at conferences in different parts of the world, and it seemed so far, but this is the beginning of prophecy coming to pass. But he was just saying to me, like, how do I feel? He was just really checking in. How do I feel? Do you remember not too long ago you were crying, and asking, you were questioning God and asking God, is this still gonna happen? Where are you? Because also the opportunity that I got was, honestly, it wasn't me. That was completely God's grace. Because I asked, how did they find me? They also don't know. They were following people, came across my profile, and that was literally it. I think this whole experience has taught me to refine and take seriously the gifts that God has given me. And also, there is a certain level of rewiring that happened for me on that trip. I think for the first time in a long time, I felt like I could entertain the thoughts of being in love and being in a relationship again. Um, yeah, I mean, it was a very, this would be nice to do this with my husband, my cheerleader, or I'm here on work and he's also working, and then, I come home, I come back to the hotel with him, we go out, we eat, like, would have absolutely been amazing. But then a friend of mine texted me, the same friend that I told you was checking up on me, Abraham. Uh, Abraham texted me and said, "This is the wrong." He has so many numbers. Forgive me, forgive me, forgive me. Yes, he texted me and said, "I believe in you. Don't feel lonely and distracted in your purpose pursuit, Bontle." Which for me was really wild, because I think the timing of it, because I was telling some of my friends that, like, what if I meet my person here. Not that I was looking for it, but it was just like a possibility because also we need to remember that the idea of being in a relationship is something that, like, like it just dawned on me again. And then there's this, but it's just put in me a drive to literally make sure that when I die, I die as the woman that God had created me to be, intended me to be, and also to die empty, to die empty. I think that it's just been a little bit of a, I don't know, like it's been interesting going through these motions as well, but also realizing that that was such a defining moment. And yes, it didn't go the way I had wanted it to, or the way it was supposed to, the way it was planned, and the way I had planned it. But also knowing that that moment was honestly peak, like amazing, beautiful peak. But that could literally be the bottom of the mountain that I'm about to climb. Like, the saying, the top of a mountain is the bottom of another, insert quotes here. But it's been so fascinating, so mind-boggling to see what what personally I am capable of, but I think also just humans, what we're capable of doing when we walk with God in alignment, you know, in alignment with His purpose, with His will for our lives. And I'm just, yeah, yeah, I'm a bit like mind blown by it all. And I think it has solidified something in me, something really, really important, is that I cannot settle. I cannot, I should not, there is no part of me that should aspire to settle at all. Like, no, 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 no. There should be nothing in me. And I think that's why it's so important for me to fall in love with Jesus again. I think allow Him to be at my center of everything that I do, of every single thing that I do. Because, yeah. But yeah, that's what happened. And also, I was at Tammy's for like today, yesterday, and today, and I did nothing. And I felt so amazing to do nothing, just rest. I wasn't thinking about global shapers. I wasn't thinking about youth. I wasn't thinking about Giants of Hope. I wasn't thinking about the church. I wasn't thinking about anybody. I was just thinking about rest. And yeah, I think that is very interesting. Very, very interesting. And I think I'll keep these videos to like 10 minutes. Um, yeah, I think it's good, but I'm still gonna continue on this train of thoughts. Okay, and also I love my hair. Absolutely love my hair. I think putting my dreads back was the best decision I made. It's so much easier to do my hair. Like, look, I just undid my hair and it looks so cute. It looks so cute. Like, Okay. Yeah. Anyways, see you for the next brunch. Yeah.